doing? Sweet candy coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you moving, put me in a mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you run the world? I let me sit face to face. Know you feel the tension, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. Hear your voice, angelic high, so amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, y'all, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, 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 girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna treat you right, you see, you see, you see.
Hey, 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 yeah, girl. So come wind back on me, I wanna see if we got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and you have my attention. And dance for me, baby. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention. And dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Keep it moving, we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Step out, step out. Hey.
Yo, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Let's try to be a better guy, But wait. Man, they got a good girl, and they really feel like go out treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's up with you?
The girls. Some things you gotta kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Doom, doom. used to listen for a while. I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. Oh, I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I was apologize. I was wrong.
Hello?
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken. You have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful. Power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of light. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of light. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I'm your host, Neil. Let me see if I got my brother from another mother there. You there?
Hill, I am here, my brother. I am here. What's going on, folks?
Yep, we are here. That is right. That is right. We are. Yep, bomba cloth and all. We are here. Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody is doing fine. My brother, how are you doing on this auspicious Tuesday evening?
I'm all right, man. I'm pretty good. The usual thing. Had a little workout. Long, arduous day, but a good workout at the end of it. Always seems to bring me around. So, yeah, man. I am in good spirits. I am doing well, and I am ready here to do the Lord's work one more time. How's everything on your end, my brother?
I'm here. What you want me to tell you? I'm here. Gonna trying to recover from the last remnants of what I had. And yeah, other than that, just been keeping myself busy, trying to get myself together, get myself in order, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, man. So of course, as you know, we would have been listening to some sweet singing songs of G-Syndicate. You can let the people know how, when, and where. How was the situation with the G-Syndicate?
yeah, man. G-Syndicate, we out and about as neutral as you want people say. You can
As
find
per
us on
normal.
gsyndicate6.com. G Syndicate 6 here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and G Syndicate 6. We got to spell it 6 on Instagram. Shout out to the guys, Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, Hugh. Those are the guys. See my guy Kwame in the house early. Hail to you, my brother. We are here again. One
Yeah.
more time.
Yes, we are here once again, once more again. That's a big drop. So as everybody file in and everything like that, I guess let me see how many people we got here. So yeah, we got 3 people. People slow in coming in tonight, but we are here nonetheless. So we will kick off and people will slot in where they fit in.
Yeah,
Now, as you know, every Tuesdays. Well, first things first, you are indeed watching this podcast. Remember on your way in, like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything coming. We do content for you 5 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We do the Senate shorts. Those are a bit shorter and not as serious as these live streams, although tonight's Tuesday. And every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., we drop this Senate podcast where we have a live stream. We talk the things. I know sometimes it's very hard to hear, but we are coming from a space of understanding. We are coming from a space of trying to find understanding, and we are the conduit to the imbalance that is mainstream media as we see it. Um, anyhow, with that aside, every Tuesdays and Thursdays, as I said, we do this Senate podcast at 8 p.m. And every Tuesdays and Thursdays before the live stream, there we usually post something. And this is no different. Today we are doing fan submissions. Basically, Derek is in the internet streets. He is our resident investigative journalist. And people send him stuff. People send him a great deal of stuff. Actually, I would like to posit that Derek's phone is probably the most full phone in Barbados. I don't know how. Like the man, you probably got a a terabyte storage in there because, brother man, your phone is filled with a lot of wondrous things.
indeed. Indeed.
This obviously is what we're dealing with tonight. He's clearing his phone. He wants to get rid of the backlog. I mean,
Yeah.
we never lack for content. So my brother, we are here.
That's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I kind of offloaded the stuff on you this evening, but we are short. We are running out.
We're running out.
There's a clearance sale.
It's clearance sale. So basically, how we're gonna go about this is one big long short. Basically, what's gonna happen is there is gonna be reading the stuff, and good night, Kevin. Good night, Cherish. Working. Thanks. You're working, but listening with a smile. Anyhow, I can leave that there. But thanks for smiling and watching and working. Bucci Barman in the whole shout out Steve. Bucciest barman to ever find man.
Work of art.
Yeah, work of art. Right. So basically how this is gonna go is that there is gonna really find submissions. And we can have a little chop up about it, right? Some may be serious, some may be a little tongue in cheek, but we can at the end of it try to hopefully majority of it taught some things so that you guys can get some semblance of understanding, and it's just not us kiki haha for 2 hours. So without further ado, my brother,
Well,
take it away.
yeah, man. So tonight a little different, as you would have said. We're just going through the stuff that I would have been sent, or I would have seen. Over the last, how long we doing this show now, Neil? It's 2 years, nearly. Sorry, it is a year.
last year and change. There's some that we just didn't get to. There's some that, we had put down for a little bit, and some that pop up lately. But we can try to clear out some. And trust me, this ain't even all. We just try to clear out some of these so that my phone will get some space. But yeah, some of the stuff, as Neil said, is going to be a bit more serious. Some of the stuff is going to be more like hearted. Some we will have in-depth discussion about. Some we can just kind of, as Neil said, kiki ha ha at it and keep it trucking, right? So, without further ado, folks, let's get into the stuff that I have been sent. I tried wherever possible to remember where I got it from, but brain getting old, so I just can't remember it all the time. So yeah, if you see something that you submitted and I don't shout you out by any chance, just drop your name in the chat. That'd be great. We appreciate it, right? So anyhow, we kick off things with a doozy. We started with what looks to be a dating profile, right? And this is a single mom. And what I like about this one, Neil, is that this lady says up front she is looking for a stepdad for her kids, right? Good. Nothing wrong with that. I like honesty and transparency.
I just want to say here, Dave. I really do. I've come to hate it. Anyhow, forward ever.
I love them. They're glorious. As I said, I love the honesty and transparency. My girl says up front she is looking for a stepdad. So to hell with you that looking for a woman that want to love you and build with you and all that. That's what she here for, right? Good. So let's get into the qualifications. After all, this is a job that you're picking up. So these are the qualifications required for said job. She says, must have a 6-figure salary, must have a car that can fit all my kids comfortably, or willing to buy an SUV or a van.
What? Wait. I mean, how many children this woman got?
Well, that is exactly the same thing I am wondering, Neil. So I am hoping that she will let us know how many children she has somewhere down the road, right? But anyhow, she says, single dad will not be qualified, right? And that makes sense, I guess, because if you go buy an SUV for she and she children, clearly she got enough for you and her, so she don't want nobody else bringing their children to this particular situation, right? Makes sense to me. Anyhow, ready to marry me in less than a month, I will need to buy a $30,000 diamond ring.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. This woman just said on a dating profile that
yes,
you must be willing to marry me in less than a month.
Yeah. But you can want what you want,
No, but hold on there. No, we are doing that. We are doing
No. I'm telling you, Neil.
Hold on.
I have come back from our vacation. I'm ready for season 2. I am renewed, revigorated, and re-energized. And I have seen the light. And I am of the opinion people can want what they want.
All right, you can want what you want, right?
Yeah.
That is fine. My thing is that she is saying, I will need to buy a 30,000 diamond ring before the wedding.
No. And that's on top of the SUV or the van that you're going to buy.
Right? Let's slow pump gas here a minute. Even if you take out the SUV, you take out the minivan, you take out the coach, the bus, you want a $30,000 ring? But the coach ain't gonna cost as much as that to transport all of your kids. Anyhow,
hold tight, Neil. Hold tight. This is hilarious because the fact is, I saw this right when I got this. Because when I looked through my gallery, I had this like 3 times. So 3 different people sent me this, right? This is the first time I'm reading it in its entirety, right? Because I saw, look at this 6-figure salary, you must have a car. And I really went past that because this here so in that Earth, Wind and Fire fantasy kind of thing, right? So I was like, hey, this is case. How about this? Right? So let me crack on. She says, must be 6 foot or taller. Must have a 4 to 6 bedroom available for my kids. Must pay all the rent or mortgages. must adopt all my kids. Must know how to cut grass.
Wait there.
Must be good looking. Must have 6 packs, not one. Packs, plural.
Multiple packs.
Multiple packs, right? So I don't be talking beer, soda, abs, but 6 packs, plural, right? Must have at least 200,000 in his bank account to guarantee my kid's future. Must provide twice as much as the father of my kids pays for child support.
I've muted myself. I'm sorry. I figured this out. This is, it looks like a Twitter post. Let me put it back on my screen here. It looks like a Twitter post. It doesn't look like a legitimate dating profile. I am thinking that this is comedy or a parody. Because you want a man to qualify with a 6-figure salary. You want a man to marry in a month, adopt your children, be 6 feet taller, have a big house, $200,000 in the bank. Right? Excuse me, I can be coughing every now and then. Right? And must be willing to provide twice as much as the father of the children. Child support. Right? But you still must know how to cut grass. You still must know how to cut grass. This is comedy. I don't like. Then an insight could give here. This is tongue in cheek.
Is it really Neil?
Because no, Derek. Hold on a minute. We talk the things. You want to talk the things? Let's talk the things. If this is a real thing that somebody wants, this is the height of delusion. This is insanity. This is a mental illness. Because
fantasy, man.
But that's what I'm saying. It is schizophrenia.
Every man has a place in his heart.
Right? Because
as one.
What 6-figure salary man is gonna buy you an SUV to accommodate your children, which you sound like you got at least 6, right? Because that's not like a starting 5 and a sub, right?
Yeah.
You willing to marry in a month or less, right? So you can buy a $30,000 ring, a $30,000 ring. Must be 6 feet. We know about that already. Let's have a 4 or 6 bedroom house. Kids, right? Pay rent, all the mortgages. This man must take care of you and your children wholly and solely. Not only that, but you must be living in the lap of luxury. Right? Because $30,000 ring, don't walk about. Right? Sorry to tell you.
The thing about this, right, Neil? Because let's assume, for argument's sake, that this is some kind of parody or something like that, right? You and I both know that we have seen stuff like this, and it wasn't in jest.
But not this ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
You sure, Neil?
This is absolutely
sure?
No.
Neil,
compared to
sure?
Yes. Hold on. Let me explain. Compared to what we've seen and been given before, this is going to the realm of absurdity. Why? Because the man must marry you in less than a month, you and your children. Okay, meaning that the courting phase must be quick. There. Right. Yeah. The courting phase must be quick, fast, and in a hurry. And you're assuming that the man is gonna, I don't know, fall in love. I don't know. I don't even know what would happen in a month or less with you and your, right? And you have your eyes on a $30,000 ring. So really and truly, you're not about a man. You're about a benefactor. You're about a guardian.
But hold tight. The woman said up front she looking for a stepdad. Can't kiss you for that. The woman was up front and honest, right? Can't kiss you for that.
Right.
Well, she wants 6 figures. She wants the 6 abs. She's expressed that. She called for $200,000 in the bank account and stuff like that. And in order to provide this kind of lifestyle, this is what she says she wants. And that's fine. What I would love, right? Because we see too many profiles like this. What I would love is for people to start saying, you know what? This is what I bring to the table. sorry to have to use
No.
that expression.
What she bringing to the table here? But children and debt is all she bringing. What she bringing?
But that's what I mean. If she could say it, let's say she could say something that would offset 4 to 6 children, 4 or 5 children, right? I can be loyal. I can cook every day, or yeah, he's stretching it. I get it. But what he's saying, right? What I want you to consider, what I want men to consider, is that this is not, even if it is extreme, it is not beyond some of the things that we've seen. Shoot, Neil, you had a very personal experience with this.
Yes, sir. Facts.
Right? And what we saw ain't much far away from this. So this is not particularly far-fetched, right? Ruben said, if you're reading a comedy skit, it kind of does. But why I'm glad that we kicked off with this, even though I didn't read it. I'm glad that we kind of started with this because, gentlemen, I guarantee you, this is not as far-fetched as it sounds.
You mean,
it looks ridiculous because
she has some
we can read it there in black and white.
She has some ridiculous elements in it, but the notion or the context or the idea is what some women out there have. Some women out there believe that a man must have certain things in their role to the point of being absurd, especially women that have children or have been or of a certain age, etc. Right? So I understand that. I understand that you can want what you want. I agree with you, right?
What you want?
You can want what you want. You can put that out there. Shoot, you might even catch a man that provide it. That's fine.
Yeah, and so let me get the crux of the matter here, where that's concerned, fellas. If you gotta know, we start by wanting best for yourself, and if you think that this is the best for you, you know, that you work hard all your life, you don't got the children of your own, because you said that's a factor, you can't have any children of your own, and you come and take a ready-made family, even if you got this kind of money to support this lifestyle, I tell you, if you go buy an SUV for shit on them children, and let's use Carl Williams, the money's look real short, real fast, right? So it is up to you as men. Women, shoot, want what you want, coffee what you want, enjoy yourself, right? I ain't here to tell you what you want or what not to want. Fellas, I am here to tell you, when you see deals like this, thanks but no thanks. Yeah?
Yeah. What I'm gonna do here now, right? I'm gonna go into the next one, and I can slip out and go and get some cold water and come back because my throat bothering me, right?
Yeah, man. Where we at?
We at tell me why, as I was.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you could go into that.
Yeah, man, I will do that. Right. So, folks, we have this one. Tell me why as I was swiping on Tinder. Tell me why, as I was swiping on Tinder, I saw my boyfriend. Can men be loyal? And then this person responded and said, I think he was there looking for you so he can fall in love all over again.
All right, you could talk a bit on that. I'm gonna get
yeah. No, here we have, folks. Here we have a lady. Like, this is the entire man-woman dynamic modern day in a one nice nutshell. This encapsulates everything. She is on Tinder. She is on Tinder and is upset because her man is also on Tinder. Right? The response is hilarious, but let me deal with that first part. Now, she is accusing the man of being disloyal. But she on Tinder too. This is the part that I don't get. You on Tinder, swiping, going through, but up on you, man, I know you vex. I don't see the problem. If everybody out looking, scouting for talent, that had a show about that back in the day, that on CBC. If everybody out scouting for talent was the problem. But you see, we like the double standards that benefit us, We don't like the ones that don't benefit us. So you could go up on Tinder, you could look for a man, you could be swiping, going through, you bad up on your man, know you vex. Suppose the man just ain't remember to change it or take down your profile, whatever you do on Tinder.
Delete the
Suppose
app.
that's
That
the
way you're
case.
supposed to do.
Yeah. Suppose he didn't.
Right.
You
So,
when they actively searching, but
They
you
did.
vex.
right. So, I am assuming that.
today is gonna be nice.
I assume you talked about this before, right? You on Tinder, my girl. So if your boyfriend on Tinder and you on Tinder, well, girls can't women be loyal? What you on Tinder looking for? What you on Tinder?
Yeah.
They're saying
It really ain't that hard. Yeah.
they're saying Facebook.
As the old people say, a thief from a thief make God laugh. So
Right. So it's
you
just
keep it trucking. Next one.
as tonight, yeah, just because.
Yeah, just because I'm plus size doesn't mean I have to settle for someone I am not attracted to. I just don't like overweight men. I want my fairy tale like everyone else.
Right. This goes back to the first one. You can want what you want. And I'll tell you what, Derek. I'm gonna be. This may surprise people. It says just because I'm plus size doesn't mean if you're not attracted to overweight people, that is fine.
That's fine.
If you want to live your fairy tale and fantasy and you want your man, whether Idris Elba or Michael B. Jordan, that is fine. But keep that same energy when I say I don't want overweight women, I don't want plus size women, I want to live in my fantasy. Yeah?
It's only fair, I guess.
That's fine.
But it's funny that you mentioned Michael B. Jordan, right, Neil? Because only a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks at best, you know, he's married to Lori Harvey, right?
They're married?
Yeah, they're married now.
Oh my
Condolences to the fella. But yeah, we all know that she's been around. She went around Future. Kind of thing that tells you all you need to know about that.
Hey. Sierra has a good man named Russell Wilson, man.
Yeah, true.
One can walk the street and have a change of heart.
I suppose one can, but you know. Anyhow, so she was making the point. She went on TikTok or whatever it was, and she made the point that when she got married, she put on like 15 pounds, right? And she was like, "Nah, boy, go and get this off." So she worked and got off you 15 pounds, and she got dragged for that. You know what I mean?
Phobia.
Yeah, because somebody won't work out, and I guess people are upset because it is her saying what men have always said. You know, hey, you don't really want. And to be fair, black men, we are more inclined to deal with a lady that's heavier set.
That's where we from, Caribbean men especially.
Like that, you know what I mean? But men have been saying it, you know, like, and then because she was putting in the effort for her man, it seems like she was like, but yeah, I can't be walking. She was a pick me, essentially, right? And people were upset with her for that. And that's unfortunate because if you got money, Michael B. Jordan worth $25 million or something like that, I would like to think that you would say to yourself, shoot, let me compete a little bit. I know people don't like to use that word, compete, because it it gives very different suggestions, and people feel like, hey, why should they have to compete for a man? But for me, men gotta compete for women. A man gotta, you know, put himself in the.
You gotta remain competitive here.
And nearly sending you one right now. Right now that pertains. Yeah. That is gonna kind of go in with this is the one we're talking about right now. As you said, Neil, it seems to be a little unfair. A woman can say, hey, even punching in overweight. Sorry. Let's go back, Neil, because this is significant. This post, as small as it is significant. She said, just because I'm plus size. And then later down, she says, I don't like overweight men. Words matter. We heard that months ago, it's early in season 1. We heard that, that words matter, right? And indeed, words do matter because she says she's plus size, but the men are overweight, right? What's the use of language, folks, right? What's the use of language? And she says she wants her fairy tale. Now, wrong with you want your fairy tale? What are you gonna do to get it, right? But near that last one, I sent you there, we can't run that yet.
Yeah, you're on screen.
Right. She says, I love my husband, but what really motivates me to stay married is how much weight I'd have to lose to date again.
Take me flaws and all.
Flaws and all, buddy. Take me flaws and all.
But I want to say this though. I want to put back up my lady here that with
Yeah.
with this plus size thing, because a lot of people can read this and say, "Oh, this is just a quote of me." Scroll and keep moving, right? But a lot of people, a lot of women do think like this. A lot of women, and unfortunately, men, they do think that I like what I like. I can look how I like. That is just what it is. I don't like overweight men, and feel confident to express that or let that influence their dating strategy or whatever. And that is fine. You see, what we are saying here is what I am saying. I don't care about this meme, Just keep that same energy. And you as a plus size, oversized woman come, you said to me and they say, well, I'm not interested. No thanks. Oh, because you don't like over.
But you can't say that, Neil. You can't. It's 2022. That is insensitive and misogynistic. You can't say that. Yeah, drink your water, man.
Hold on a minute. Do women tell men that they're not attracted to them?
Yes.
Right. I've been told I'm too tall.
Yeah, I've been told I'm too dark.
Right. You understand? Things that we cannot change. We had to take that and keep it moving.
Yeah, swallow that.
You understand? So, my takeaway is you can like what you like. You can stick up who you want. But I should be able to. They can hear me. It just that was before when I was coughing. But if you want your man to be slim and trim and always in the gym, and you want to be overweight, that is fine. But don't come at me and I tell you I'm not interested in a plus size woman.
But see, Neil, no, this is where we will have a slight parting of ways, right? As I told you, I came back to season 2, refreshed, reinvigorated, and all the reasons you want to call it, right? Because I had a moment of clarity. I had an epiphany of sorts, right? With the passing of one Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin Samuels preached for 2 years and change, and every night he telling women, but what you want him in the sense, right? I'm not doing that anymore. And I would have told you this. I'm done with that. As much as I can, I am done with that. Women, you can want what you want. Go for, well, if you want to go for it, go for it. If you don't, if you feel they're going to drop you a lot, fantastic. But I am saying to the men, make sure you get the best deal. So, if you want to be with a woman who is slim and trim, or a woman who is plus size, overweight, whatever word you want to use, that's for you.
Yep.
Do what you want to do.
I agree.
But again, make sure you get a good deal, right? Make sure you get a good deal, because it makes no sense. And I've learned this too, right? I've learned this too from season 1 and through the little break we've had. It matters not what I say. People will assume that I am misogynistic and I'm just, that I hate all women and all that stuff. It matters not what I say, how I say it. It matters not how much facts and statistic data you bring to support it. People just assume what they want to assume. So I done with that part. Men, want the best for yourself. Yeah? I operate with that in mind. For myself, I go to the gym 6 days a week. I am active 7 days a week, right? So I think I reserve the right to like who I like and be with who I want to be with, right? There was a guy recently I saw from my guy O'Shea, a guy dumped a woman. Let me give you the full context of the story because there was some stuff in there that I didn't really agree with. He got together with a girl off a dating profile. They got together, had some action, and then my mom decided, well, yeah, I really ain't dealing with you no more because you got hairy armpits, right? No. And then she complained about, so what going on here? My mom said, well, that's my preference. And she could not take that as a response. And to be fair, we already deal. I had been wondering, well, I had hairy armpits before you get some. What happened now that after you get the action, all of a sudden my hairy armpits bothering you, right? But she could not take, it's just my preference as a response, right? So fellas, if you got a preference, stick to your preferences. Yeah? Stick to your preferences.
Yeah, I think we taking a different paths, but we get the same destination, right? If you like where you like where you like. All they saying,
Yeah.
I ain't telling women what to do or not to let you know. All they saying is, love me. If you want us to love you, or you can talk to me how you feel like, respectfully, these are my preferences. Anyhow.
Yeah, man, let me push on. We got more to do with.
You
ready, my bro?
This one,
You ready?
Hold on, people. Just, bro, you're watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. Hold on to your hats and buckle your seatbelt.
Yes,
Here we
here.
go.
As I said, this is a long short. I get triggering everybody at the same time, like how it's triggering Neil, right? So here we go.
Everybody can get it.
Everybody can get it. I am a equal opportunity disturber. So here we go. Masturbating cop Matthew Dominguez took interest in young woman during response, right? So here we go. Matthew Dominguez allegedly touched himself in front of the woman and her mother inside of their home before exposing himself to the older woman. The California cop who allegedly masturbated during a domestic disturbance incident took interest in the 23-year-old sister of a violent man whom the family had a restraining order against, prosecutors said. San Jose officer Matthew Dominguez, 32, allegedly touched himself in front of the woman and her mother inside their home on April 21st before exposing himself to the older woman, according to the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office. The lewd scene was detailed in an evidence document released by prosecutors in connection with Dominguez's Thursday arrest for indecent exposure. Dominguez and two other cops had responded to a home where a mentally ill family member was being violent against his parents and sister, who had a restraining order against the suspect, prosecutors said. The 4-year veteran began his investigation by speaking with his sister, who told him where he could potentially find her brother, officials said. The alleged perverted cop, you can't be alleged. The alleged perverted cop, they took interest in her and continued to interact almost exclusively with her, while he sent his partners to look for the brother, according to prosecutors who cited his body cam footage. About 40 minutes into the investigation, the woman gave her brother's GPS device to Dominguez in the presence of her mother, officials said. The woman then saw Officer Dominguez unzip his pants, place his hand inside the zipper, and began rubbing his crotch, according to the document. When the mother asked her daughter to get a glass of water, Dominguez followed the daughter into the kitchen and turned around to face her mother, who saw Officer Dominguez's penis outside of his pants, fully exposed. Yeah, let me get a little sound effect for that there, because that is a little wild. Male relatives of the shocked and scared victims then reported Dominguez to the other officers on the scene, according to the account. Dominguez was placed on administrative leave and could face a year in jail and 10 years on a sexual offender list if convicted, authorities reported. The charged behavior is beyond disturbing, District Attorney Jeff Rosen said. Law enforcement officers respond to our homes to help crime victims, not terrorize, traumatize, and create new victims. Yeah, that was my thinking as well, Neil. You call the police, they turn up to your house, and lo and behold, you got a different crime going on all of a sudden.
I recently come to the realization that there are just some sick people out there. There are some sick individuals out there, right? I cannot begin to tell you why a man would come to protect and serve,
Service and else.
right? Whip out his weapon and started fondling himself with her mother present. What is disturbing to me is how nonchalantly he seemed to have done it.
Yeah, but just rip it out.
And then this man clearly clearly he was tired of being a police officer. Because I don't understand how you do that and just continue there. Like, I can understand. Well, no, I can't understand. You doing that and putting your middle fingers and say, yeah, F the police. I don't know there. I ain't got none here. This
Yeah.
one be brief.
I'll say this, right? Fellas, because you know, again, we're treating this like a short, so let me dispense a little thing. Fellas, like we thought Thaddeus Lloyd was bad, right? When he jumped. We thought my man Thaddeus was wild. We Thaddeus to say, hey, let me just look at this stripper here. So
Spread cheeks.
in my uniform,
Spread cheeks.
right? But my man, the main guys know he can it to the next another level, right? Fellas,
No, Derek.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna say,
no.
I'm in for a penny, I'm in for a pound.
Valid.
Fellas, if you're on your job, sorry, scratch that part. Fellas, whether you are on your job or not, do not just whip out your bird and start fondling it in front of people. I mean, and more so when you are on your job. I can't believe that this is the kind of thing that I'm saying here tonight. But do not just pull out your doggy in front of everybody. That just don't make sense.
And you know, like we've heard of people in positions of power, not only authority but power, where they would have pulled out their penis in meetings and
you just can't do that.
Like and I see Rihanna saying somehow some men think this type of stuff is okay. And that is true. There are some sick individuals out there that think it is fine to do this stuff. Right? Those men are not all men. Those men are a small percentage of them. And those men are sick.
And that needs to be said. Those men are the outliers. And what also needs to be said, even when you describe it there, Neil, in terms of I guess people having a working relationship and then a man just say, yeah, let me show you what you're working with here. It's very different from you turn up as an officer of the law. You don't know the people that you turn up. And all of a sudden you go into Fleece Johnson with Alexi and I want it, and you pull out your bird. Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. So fellas, as much as I never thought I would have to say something like that. Don't just, whip out your stuff.
Your weapon.
In front of people like that and expect that it can be okay. So no, because he could not exercise some restraint and self-control, my man can be up on the sex offenders list and facing a year in jail.
I see Rihanna saying, an older guy in the gym who I just have casual conversation with has a very good job. So not for the streets. Just thought he was showing me a photo of his penis in passing. I was like, what the F? No. This is why I will say here, and we can probably say it a few times, but I'll say it here because I have heard stories as well from women where they will go on dates and the woman thinking everything cool, everything like first date, everything cool, everything nice, we talk, we chatting, and the man just whip it out and say, yeah, so you can help me deal with this or what? Man, I understand, right? I understand you sick in the head. I understand that you do not have any understanding of time and place. You believe women are objects sexually. You believe, whatever you believe. But some of you need to realize that is not the way to do things. Do not go there exposing yourself, fondling yourself to any and every woman. Shoot, even if you know the woman, you and this woman have a sexual relationship, do not take it upon yourself to just expose yourself to her whenever you feel like without her
Yeah.
without her consent.
We
And
can't
you
do that.
stop sending dick pics, stop sliding in DMs, stop pulling out your penis and fondling yourself.
What?
Just stop it. Like for real.
They repeat that last one, say, because I can't believe that we got a company, people on the internet to say that. So repeat that again.
Stop pulling out your penis and fondling yourself in front. Stop it. And they see Brett here saying porn is not real.
Yeah.
Just like Die Hard ain't real, Expendables ain't real.
Yeah.
Just like Notebook ain't real. Not real.
Yeah, just you can't just do that for us. That's only work. As Brett is saying, that stuff only works in a porno where you can just turn over, hey, is it like blood saying the song, is it plumber, you can't fix the sink. That's only work on TV.
Or you come to cut a woman grass, a woman say I ain't got no money. How am I gonna pay for
Oh,
this?
yeah. You know
that don't work. Don't work. So man, if you have a problem with this sort of thing, find yourself always putting out your penis at inopportune times and pleasing yourself, you need to seek therapy. You need to
what are we really talking about here?
take a break from society, go and work for your mentals, seek some therapy, seek some help, and deal with that. Because if you end up in jail, we care nothing about you. And you're making it bad for the rest of you.
But he will really see some penis then. Anyhow, let me push forward, my brother. For you watching the Senate podcast or YouTube, the admission is hitting the like button. So hit the like button on your way in. I see Philip in the house. Good to see you, my brother. See Agent Smith in here as well. Good night to everybody that joining in. Right. So let me get this lady because yeah.
You're on screen.
Florida woman Janaya Douglas says getting arrested was on her bucket list.
Of course it was.
Yeah. A Florida woman busted for allegedly fleeing police later said getting arrested was on her bucket list at just 19 years old.
Florida yourself?
Yeah.
Well in Florida.
Monroe County Sheriff's Sergeant Robert Dosh saw a Toyota sedan speeding recklessly southbound on Sound Road at about 7:45 a.m. Thursday. WPLG reported. When he tried to stop Janaya Shy Miracle Douglas, she continued. Yeah. Good night to this name that I can't pronounce, but good to see you. Yeah, so let me give you that one again. When he tried to stop Shania Shy Miracle Douglas, she continued driving as he chased her with lights and sirens before she finally stopped near County Road 905. Douglas then admitted to Dosh that getting collared was actually on her bucket list since, get this, high school.
Lofty goal.
Lofty indeed. Yeah. She got her wish. The sergeant hauled her to jail on charges of fleeing and eluding. A Facebook user commented about the arrest on the sheriff's office official page. My bucket list is to make it to my death without getting arrested. So far, so good. Yeah.
I would say this, right? I don't know this young lady. I don't know her circumstances. I don't know whatever. But there are some young people out there where they see certain things glamorized, right? Street life, thug life, eluding police, having shootouts with police, all these wild things. They see these things on the news and they see these things in the hood, right?
Yep.
They see they see it in their environment and they want to emulate that. She probably thought that it was good, it was glamorous, to get arrested, to have a what do you call it, a profile pic,
mugshot,
right? got a mugshot, you're looking cool, you've been in prison.
But
you
she
can
probably
test
use it as a profile pic, so you might not be far off.
Right. So this these sort of things happen, men and women, here, there, everywhere. People just grow up with a C and they want to emulate with a C. So, as far as she probably concerned, it was on her bucket list. I wonder what else is on her bucket list.
I don't think it'd be much else after you get arrested. I mean, if getting arrested is on your bucket list, I don't think she has lofty goals, as you would say. So let me crack on. We got our guy Andrew Caldwell. Anybody knows that name would know that he's famous for "I Am Delivered."
I am delivered.
Yeah.
What my man saying?
Yeah, and my guy, he had a post. He said, "No shade, but some of y'all can't find a good man because you act like a man." And this lady, she responded, she said, "I guess that means you haven't found a woman because I'll see myself out."
But is Andrew wrong though?
Well,
Is Andrew wrong? I mean,
is he though?
some women are really masculine, and some men are really, and then have problems finding proper relationship. You gotta do some introspection. You gotta look at yourself.
Yep,
That's all I got for that.
that's how it goes. They say opposites attract, especially when it comes to your man woman thing. So men generally don't want masculine women, and women generally don't want feminine men. So as much as she attacked Andrew, he didn't really like. So let's press on because this one was hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
After 21 years married, I've asked my husband for a divorce. I feel happy and excited about a new chapter. Somebody responded and said, "Well, let me say, you'll be extremely lucky if a new chapter is waiting for you. I've been divorced for 20 years and I haven't found anyone yet. Biggest mistake I ever made."
Right. This goes back to something we talked about recently. We've said it a couple of times. Where some women that initiate divorce, you know the stats, I ain't gonna repeat them. But some women that initiate divorce, some women are, I don't want to say bored, but they, for lack of a better term, they are bored.
Some of them think they can do better too, you know.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like, you've been with your partner for 20 plus years, and obviously after 20 years, the relationship is going to look far more different than what you see on,
of course,
Suits, How to Get Away with Murder, and all those other crap you watch. So I understand. I don't know what's happening in this woman's relationship, but you know, I understand. 20 years, you're probably in your 40s now, and if you could do better, that's fine. I mean, it's not always a bed of roses. You know what I mean? If you have somebody that's committed to you and loves you, find ways to rekindle that romance and that marriage. Don't just up and say, you know what? I look a sort of way. I feel like it. Like, you know, I like in that. There's an NBA reference now, right? It's like when you see some players, they have their restricted free agents, right?
Right.
After a few years, they feel, you know, they had a good season, and they feel like, you know, let me gonna test this free agency market and see what's going on, right? You test you out there, and then nobody bite in, nobody care nothing about you.
Yeah.
Nobody checking for you, nobody checking for that, everybody see that when you're ready. You need to come and say different, right? Or
Yep.
you need to adapt with the times, right? Now, marriage does not have, it does not, to my knowledge, have a restrictive free agency clause where you can test the market. Therefore, you get divorced, you go into the free agency market.
Yep.
But when you realize that you're home waiting for a call, like Spreewell,
And the call ain't coming.
and no call ain't coming, you gonna know what Lord you're serving. I mean, I wish her all the best. I think people take marriage and divorce especially very lightly. They think that, oh, I'm in a certain station in my life, I look a certain sort of way. My husband does not, my wife not well. Let me be honest, it was more likely to be women. And you feel you could go out there and get a hot young boy to light your flame of fire and passion, and he can still get up and cut the grass, and he can still like It don't work like life don't work like that. But going back to the previous thing with the plus size woman, you live in your fantasy all you want. You can have your fairy tale. Shoot, who are we?
I'll tell you this. What I appreciated is the lady who said, just hold tight. Just hold tight. She kept it. She kept it real. It was like, yeah, I did it. It didn't work out for me. I wouldn't suggest it to anybody else, right? And I like that reference he made with Spreewell and stuff like that, because for those who don't know,
I thought you would, man.
For those who don't know, the Minnesota Timberwolves offered Latrell Sprewell back in the days $21 million for 3 years, right? Sprewell said, hey, I got children to feed. That's no infamous line.
It was like 2001 or 2002.
Yeah,
right?
so, yeah. And at that kind of time, $21 million is good money, right?
Shoot, today, $21 million is good money.
Right? I'm saying. And Sprewell felt that he could do better than that. So he rejected that. And then next thing you know, a couple of years down the road, you hear that he getting repossessed and he's struggling and got no money. Sure. Fast forward here to last year or year before, when it was Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder was playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers offered him 4 years, $84 million. And he thought, hey, I could do better than that. And he went out on the free agent market. Nobody called him. Then he had to essentially offer himself to the Celtics, who gave him a contract for 1 year for not even $6 million. I think it was 5.9 or something like that. So you left $84 million on the table to get less than $6 million. In the grand scheme of things, is still like is big money, right? Compared to VA. But 84 versus 6, and Rihanna is saying the grass isn't always greener. I had a friend of mine say the grass, people say the grass is greenest where you water it. No, the grass is greenest near the septic tank. Let's get, we know what is in the septic tank. Let's get the next one on screen, brother.
Yeah, there.
Ugandan women protest against side chicks spoiling their marriages. Wives also deserve trips to Dubai.
I like this one. This one.
A group of Ugandan housewives reportedly paraded on different roundabouts protesting against side chicks who have dominated their marriages. The aggrieved women were demonstrating in Kampala over small Kamisa money that men leave home. The women have been arrested as Ugandan police force says the demonstration was illegal and they are being detained at CPS Kampala. A group of housewives who were parading on different roundabouts in Kampala as they protested against side chicks spoiling their marriages have been arrested. Grievance against side chicks. The aggrieved women carry placards with writings of their grievances against their husbands. And before we move on, let's see if I can just zoom in here a little bit and see what these signs are saying. So our husbands no longer eating at home. What? Wives. Okay, wives also deserve trips to Dubai. Prices have Kamisa. No one has a lot. I have no idea what Kamisa is. Yeah, right. Cool. So we got them. Them is the placards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them complained about the small upkeep money that their husbands leave home, while others opined that they too deserve trips to Dubai and some other gifts. Women protesting against side chicks arrested. According to the Daily Monitor, the women who were demonstrating over the small amount of money that men leave home have been arrested. Uganda police force said the demonstration was illegal and the women have been detained at CPS Kampala. Right now, speaking in an interview with Pastor Jimmy Kay, the unapologetic lady said she has set terms and conditions for anyone who dates or wishes to date her. The proud side chick revealed that she is currently dating 6 married men.
Yo, Uganda on a popping, yo. I mean,
Uganda wailing me. Uganda wailing right up.
I mean, you got an epidemic to the point where you gotta take the streets. You gotta protest.
Terror that.
Like, I didn't know that a lot of people can say the husbands ain't good or whatever, but it seems that these side chicks are nefarious. It is mega mine. Skeletor. What my dad is 6 married men.
Normal.
Right? So I mean, that's one of them things, man. I think that And you know, for as far as we understand, we don't know African women. I can't say I've ever dated African women. But from what we heard, they're very much like Caribbean women in that um they could be they could cook and clean for you or whatever, but it will always be a bit of sass contention in there. It seems like, as Rihanna is saying here, that is a career over there. So you get a side chick, you get in a business, you got a cabal of women. Cabal of women. You got a cabal. You got a cabal, the side chick cabal. You got your side chick cabal.
The chick cabal.
Side chick cabal. Like you know, you just taking there. Married, mate.
You know, for me, Neil, I think you gotta ask why a man would decide, hey, you know what, let me go and just out that money. Because believe it or not, these things happen here in Barbados too, right? It happened in Barbados too. I got a partner of mine. He was telling me that, you know, and I don't even gotta speak about that specific one, but there are men who they say, you know what, I'm gonna leave home, I can take care of home, make sure that everything covered here, and I can go have a good fun time with my outside chick, right? And I talk about this all the time. A man will go seeking something that he's not getting at home, and then sex ends up being a part of it. I suspect in this case, though, sex has always been a part of it, right? Because these men know a way to spending this kind of money. For me, if I can do something like that, if I can spend that kind of money, right, I spend it for my wife.
I mean, shoot, Dubai.
Right, I spend it for my wife. I spend that kind of money on a side chick. And then to hear this side chick got 6 other men, that ain't making a sense to me, right? But you got to understand, to ask yourself, why are these men so quick to run from home and go and seek entertainment? Because trust and believe, their main side check is entertainment, right? What is men seeking, right? And that's not to let me backtrack too. That's not to say that we endorsing them doing that, right? We're not endorsing that, but as you said, when it comes to the point that you got to take these streets, say it gotta be wrong fundamentally.
But can you imagine, right? I just laugh, right? Because they're not hiding here, you know.
But I was no processing in my brain.
Consider
the fact right now, these women understand that their men have outside women.
That's not a problem.
That's the problem. That's the problem, you know.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
The facts that them ain't getting the same trips and the treatment that this side women getting.
If she could go to Dubai, you can't spend a week in Dubai too.
I'm saying, but what I think the challenge is, them women getting, the side girls getting the trip to Dubai and stuff like that. And my man telling himself, well, you got a house and everything coming to you. You is wife, right?
Yeah, but Dubai is.
Dubai for the gram.
Dubai for the gram. I mean, Dubai looks amazing, man.
I also consider this too, right, Neil, because we are going to do. You know what? Let me send you, because I had our put down too. I think I'm going to bust it out right now. So let me just send that one over to you quickly, since we're talking about Dubai and all that stuff. It's a little longer. It's a video.
Whose video is it?
I have no idea who the lady is. Very nice young lady. But, you know, you're going to have to, we got to do the little editing things to make sure that we cover all the bases and all that. But yeah, all that glitters is not gold. So I'll say that to you, Ugandan chicks. I agree with you. If your man can carry a woman to Dubai, he should be carrying you to Dubai first. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I would do one better if they carry you to Dubai. We can take you Dubai. Nah, but you got one up that.
Correct.
Because you holding on the house, you holding on the children, you holding on whatever. And clearly, y'all don't necessarily. Y'all may have a problem with the infidelity, but y'all seem resigned to the acceptance of that. So I ain't see the problem with that. Demand that you get carried to France and Rome and wherever.
That is no problem.
Ain't no problem.
So what you download that one? Let me push on. We
Right.
push on from these ladies, these lovely young ladies in Uganda.
Right.
That are not upset about the fact that they're getting horns. They're upset about the fact that they're not getting the same treatment as the side ladies.
Right.
So this one for the spiritual word, folks. It says, if you go on vacation together, does that mean that action is on the table or nah? Somebody says, if you're with a man or a woman, yes. If you're with friends, relax. LOL.
Right. I'm glad this came up because I've been itching to talk about this, right? If a man offers to fly you out, and it is only you and this man sharing a room, the man has expectations. You either meet those expectations or you tell the man, here, tune, I game with you, and then so. Right? And let that man make a business decision to say, well,
Up front.
I want there to be more or not. What I will say to men, right, is do not fly out no woman. There's a good follow on from this side too. Do not fly out no woman that you are not romantically involved with or you are not in some level of involvement with. Because if you fly out this woman and this woman lying on next to you, this woman say, here, tune, and then so. What you gonna do? You cannot do anything. You cannot do anything, right? I've seen stories where the men put out the women in foreign cities and countries and other wild things like that. But by and large, do not fly out nobody that you ain't know nothing about. You don't know this woman biblically. What you flying out this woman for? You hoping to have the woman can see, oh, this man carry me out. We staying at the Hilton. I know where we staying at. We staying at the Ritz. I don't know. So let me just free up some love. Y'all have never had this conversation or anything like that. And usually, this question arises when there's no intent. So you talk with this woman, everything cool. You go out with her a couple of times, everything nice, everything good. You not said here, children, like you know, or you may have said that and you've ignored what the woman has said or shown you in response to that. So now you're flowing out the woman, and now you have this expectation of sex. No, did you tell the woman, shoot, we got flying out. I carry up at the crane, right? You know it is a weekend of loving. If the woman said, whoa, and then so,
Hey, boy, that.
then you say, all right, no problem. I misread the situation. My apologies, right? But don't fly out nobody or carry nobody one-on-one away and then be upset and disappointed that the person they put in. No, who's you? You understand? I mean, yes, I could tell women that they should be more upfront, whatever. But let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. This ain't really got nothing to do with women, no. This is about men. Men, just think with your top head.
Yeah.
This is not a porn.
You already
This is real life. You do not invite a woman to a staycation or a trip cruise, and all of a sudden the woman decide, oh, my loins are afire with lust for you. No, that doesn't work. So stop doing that. Stop inviting women that you do not have it, you've not set any intention with, or you have not had that conversation with the woman to say, here too, I would like to and want to. You got something for me, or what gonna happen? You've not had that conversation, so we're flying and carry that person anywhere. That's just me.
Yeah, don't. You got it covered, man. I ain't never got so much about that there. Don't. You need to know stop being so quick and man too romantic for the own good. That's the problem, right? Too romantic, too quick to serve, right? So don't be spending what you can't afford to spend and that kind of thing in the hope of, yeah.
Even if you can afford it, you could be Bill Gates' long lost son.
Yeah.
You could be Elon Musk Jr. XY chromosome. I don't know whoever you is. You could be that person, right? Do not fly someone to Dubai and then you in the Burj Khalifa. You put You put on the top of the birds or whatever. You got the pet. Also, you rent out the whole floor. You say, yeah, babe. You know what time it is. You come, you roll up. You got champagne here. You got roses all over the place. Right? You tell the woman, yeah, time for action. The woman say, yeah, in there, so.
I ain't here for that.
Right.
I ain't here for that.
You can't do anything about that, Skipper. You cannot.
No, you
put-
vex the rest of the trade.
You vex with blue balls.
I money burned.
Right?
Money
So
burned.
that's your bad, son. That's
You
your
gotta
bad,
establish your relationship first and then do something like that. But don't be going out doing things like that, hoping, and then get a coochie coupon. Anyhow, let me press forward. This one was particularly salacious. Yeah? You with me? Yeah. At work, the white girls are usually always married by 25-ish, and black women are pushing 30 or 30 plus, still trying to tie down a monogamous relationship. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but it's a problem.
Right. We would have talked about this before. In my research, I would have seen there is an issue with the black community when it comes. We're waiting later and later and later to get married, and even then, we're not even likely to get married. And then when we are married, we don't stay married. So I do think it is a cultural thing in that our culture was taken from us and we don't have a culture to speak of, or rather, we've had a culture before and we have rejected that culture. Either way you want to look at it, it's fine. When you look at other races have a certain shoot. When you was a certain age, you left college, find a wife. You know what I'm saying? Find a husband.
No, find a wife in college.
Right? Find a wife or
find a husband in college.
We can talk about Western cultures, right? Because I ain't really going into what you don't know about. But when you see various communities, we have a very close friend of ours, Derek, and he spoke about his observation of the white people in that environment in the US and everything. And it is understood if you are 30 and you're unmarried, something is wrong. And I'm not necessarily saying that there is something wrong or not. I don't believe in putting pressure on anyone to marry. But I think it speaks volumes that we as black people, we don't marry till, I never get married yet. Right? And this ain't just a man-woman thing. This is just people. No.
But as to the poster said she was wondering if it was a cultural thing. And indeed it is. In the last show we did last week, and I was talking about about marriage, right? And one of the things I pointed out would be what Dr. T. Hassan Johnson said. You kind of reduce the impact of men. You reduce men to, just get some sex when this one to get. Call this one for some groceries, that kind of thing. Men kind of being pushed out of the home and all that. So now we have a situation where the importance of men has been reduced or impacted. So it really is a cultural issue, because the emphasis is we hear all the time. Girls go to school and get education. Girls go to school and get education, right? The emphasis for boys, not so much.
But
right?
But you go ahead, finish your point. Go ahead.
Yeah?
Sorry, my apologies.
Not so much. So now you have boys kind of going into more manual labor fields. It's still happening today, and girls going out and going into the corporate world. They kind of they're earning more money. They're exposed to different things and stuff like that. Or they're not saying earning more money, but earning their own money. So now it's a case of, all right, well, I want this, I want that. Look at the dating profile we look at to start the show, right? Women hypergamous, they're gonna look across and up. So when a lady going in central bank, for example, no offense to anybody working at central bank, but she going in central bank, she punching the clock there. She working. They got event. They had the anniversary for central bank a couple weeks ago. She ain't carrying you as a mechanic. No disrespect to the mechanics in the chat, right? Right? Or let me use the usual one. She ain't carrying a van man.
You might carry Steve because he's a bougie one, but
yeah, Steve's a bougie van man, but she generally speaking ain't carrying van man to an event to mix and mingle with the big wigs at the central bank, right? So it is indeed a cultural thing because we've taught and kind of programmed it. You can get better, you can do better, this body in on your level. So look for better, strive for better, wait later, have your fun in your 20s and get married in your 30s. But it don't work like that. That stuff don't work out like that.
But here's my thing, right there. This is my honest opinion about this. I don't have a problem with people because you're seeing it in is not as much or as prevalent in the black community, but you're seeing it in other communities out west as well, where in other cultures where people are waiting later and later to get married. So let's say white people get married at 20, 21, fresh out of college. People wait until late 20s to get married and stuff like that. I don't necessarily have a problem with waiting later, experiencing life, because there's a lot. There is a lot. You can travel, you can buy, you could live a materialistic lifestyle, you can live a consumerist lifestyle, right? There's nothing wrong with that. My issue comes is we don't stay married. We are not staying married. So I don't have a problem with waiting until you get in your 30s to get married per se, right? I'm not. We can have a conversation about that, and I would not be necessarily so against it. My problem comes in that we are not staying married. We get married in our 30s, and we are divorced by 40. We get married in our 20s, we divorce by 30. We are not staying married. You understand me?
But again, the emphasis has not been placed on that, right? Again, the concept of marriage. Y'all need to listen to my monologues, man. I explain this stuff and break it down to the molecule, right? Marriage has changed. Marriage is about building a security, you know what I mean? So they will make it do bad all by themselves. More power to them. So they want a man that can compliment them, carry them up on a yacht when the weekend come, that kind of thing. If you can't do that, man, you ain't gonna qualify. I see here in the chat, Lee saying men using women too. Rihanna way or a man with money interested in a young sexy woman because she's young and sexy. That's why. Point blank. Men will always like attractive women. A man shoot, Lionel Richie is 70, his girlfriend is 30. It just happening that way, right? And we can talk about age gap dating, don't worry. Well, the old rich man and young girl is definitely a transaction, not necessarily. But again, we can talk about age gap dating in another show. Good night to my ma Akani in the house. Good to see you. Perletta asks why she cannot carry a mechanic.
Not that she can. She can.
She can.
Will not. She will not.
Yeah, she can.
Because at the end of the day, right, Perletta, what happens is you're in a room filled with very important people, rich people, influential people, etc. Right? You see men move around the room with confidence. You see women move around the room with confidence. It is I like in certain social settings, because I've been to various different social settings, right? When you're in a certain social setting, especially one that is the higher ups, right? It is like being on the Serengeti, the savannah. It's like hunt or be hunted. It's like I have to show my importance. I have to show, even with my
I belong,
right? With my style of dress, with my haircut, with my glasses, the brand names I wear, the drink I order, everything like that. It shows and tells who you are and your importance and your status. You don't go to the bar and order a rum and coke. You go order a 1982.
Say what he did.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You go ask for something from a wine cask, a whiskey that was in a wine cask, it's 1702, something like that, right? Money is no object. When you're a mechanic and you don't have, or don't let me use mechanic specifically, but when you have a job that is not rubbing elbows with these people daily or is not that influential, you are a blue collar guy, right? You can order you can go to the bar for that. You can get the bar if you run.
You don't want to sell out to all. There's just difference.
You're going to ask for what you custom or you accustomed to. You're gonna wear a suit that you don't care how it fit in. You don't care. You're just wearing the suit to get in.
Off the rack.
You understand?
She tell you wear a suit, so you put on one.
Right? And he is gonna stick close to the woman or to the bar. That is how men move. We can either stick close to the person that bring me there, or we can stick close to the bar. If you stick close to the woman who is in this job and rubs elbows with this person and that person and the next and the third and the fourth, whenever you see people congregate, it will always come down to, so what do you do?
Uh-huh.
When last did you
Uh-huh.
travel? Or I remember when I was in when I was in Bali, and I went spearfish hunting and this mystic. When they start regaling people with stories, and you're a woman jumping in with that, and I'm not saying that the woman jumping in is a problem, because you want to belong. People want to belong, right? So when all these people speaking about experiences you have no living reason or experience of, you can keep quiet. I mean, they may ask you because they can try to include you into the conversation. Shoot, you might even got a bad mind person in there, man or woman, that trying to
I
show,
know you don't belong.
right, and trying to show that you don't belong. So they they call you and say, "Oh, what do you think about the stock market? Or can you believe that bill that was passed you?" Bringing up some conversation that obviously you have no understanding about. The average person will not have anything, and they're doing this because of ego. So she can carry him and deal with that whole fallout, or she can left you.
I'll find somebody else there.
You see, here's the difference, right?
I see my man Kevin saying it's like two Arizonians meeting. And I find it interesting because I had an ex who said, Arizonians, the way they ask is, so what are you up to now? To kind of find out,
I hated that question for you. Tell me,
what you doing?
I hated that.
You know what I mean? We're up to now. Trying to assess you.
To see if you...
your socioeconomic status.
The vet here.
Without really asking.
Yeah. And not just let me wrap this up real quick. So a man in that situation, man will got a woman that is a cashier. Man carry the woman, she look good, dressed nice. She can come with all the green versions and the champagne and the horse derbies and the talking and snapping every 2 seconds. And the man can deal with that, the man can smile through his teeth, but at the end of the day, that who he hit you wagging to, and she look good.
But here's the thing, Neil. She look good. So as far as he concerned, it's all right because he boys at work.
That is
you got to talk one day.
Shoot, even the women. Because remember, women say that the harshest critic of women are women.
It's women.
Right? So when them say, can't speak, boy, you talk about horse, there's whatever. Look good. Very attractive woman. She's model. So when you hear questions like women say, oh, do you model somewhere? Oh, I love that makeup. Or I love you stand up there beaming with pride. But it's a little different for women, and it's a little different for men in the other situation, because women gonna be like, nobody here coming to say you, I'm all a real gay, yeah. That ill-fitting suit. You know what I mean? Like, that man is a real talker, or he has a nice smile. We don't operate like that. Men ain't gonna definitely say that about him. And women ain't gonna really say that about him to another woman, because as you do that, you look good, yeah. What you looking at my man saw? So it's a little. I don't think a woman would be very hesitant to carry a blue collar man to them sort of thing.
Let me push on, my brother.
Yeah,
got a lot of these to get through. We can go do this again Thursday night.
Yeah.
Again, I'm in an attempt to clear my phone. So yeah, you ready?
Yes, sir. Where's the next one that we do? Yeah. Yeah, be on screen.
All right, so here we go. Female Uber drivers will be allowed to turn down male passengers in Australia. So, do you think it is fair? Yeah.
Well,
female and non-binary Uber drivers have been given the power to refuse to take male passengers. The rideshare services Women Rider Preference Policy came into effect on Wednesday in a bid to encourage a higher number of female drivers. Uber says the policy will provide drivers with peace of mind about who is getting in the car. In Mexico, where the policy is already in place, it led to a 40% increase in female drivers, the company claims. But the policy has already come under fire, with Rosalina Pirozzi, president of the Rideshare Drivers Association of Australia, admitting it could be problematic. Whether you're looking at it from the passenger's direction or whether from the driver's perspective, it could be a bit sexist. On both sides, she said. Just a bit sexist, Anil. Just a bit. not completely misandrist or anything like that, just a bit sexist. However, Ms. Perazzi said female drivers made up just 5 to 10% of drivers, and more would sign up if they felt safer. She said the policy also covered non binary people because they are quite often discriminated against as a driver. Ms. Perazzi insisted that the policy was unlikely to result in a lesser service for men. I think women drivers would feel a lot more secure during the evening peak shifts if they could just pick up female passengers, she said. Intoxicated passengers have always been an issue from a driver's perspective, and it continues to be an ongoing issue that nobody seems to be addressing. A female driver would feel less likely for their personal space to be intruded with a female passenger on board. Ms. Perazzi said women drivers would feel a lot more secure during the evening peak shift if they could pick up just female passengers. But that the reverse situation, men being allowed to turn down female passengers, is not an option. She said where is it? There's actually an excessive amount of drivers, so I don't believe it would actually impact them. After speaking with Ms. Perazzi, Talkback post Neil Mitchell said he could see what Uber was trying to achieve, but wondered if it was legal. Probably is. Who cares, you know? Just men being disadvantaged. What's the big thing about that? You're not supposed to discriminate on the basis of gender. Depends. Well, that's certainly discriminating on the basis of gender, he said. And I wonder if the female drivers can reject a trans passenger who was born male. Well,
no. My take on this is going to be very interesting. So for me, I think that there are two schools of thought here. Right? Let me break it down to the simplest form. You want to protect women. You have women that want to sign up, albeit a very small percentage of women want to sign up to be drivers. You want to encourage women to be Uber drivers, and you want them to be safe in doing so. Now, I understand that people talk about equality and everything like that and discrimination, but let's be honest, men are more likely to harass a woman, particularly than a woman is to harass a man. Or rather, we change that. A man is more likely to have a woman in danger simply because he's bigger and stronger than a woman to a man, right? Now,
oddly enough, though, Neil, you can find more incidents of women assaulting Uber drivers than men. Right. But carry on.
Right. But my thing is this, right? My thing is this. You see, this is why there are a few things here that are gray areas for me. There are things that have not been fully thought through. Things like this level of female empowerment, and as well as things like discrimination, and then things like protection and that sort of stuff, right? Women, feminism, has empowered women to now do jobs that normally men would have done, right? So no women, you can't discriminate against the women, so they gotta do the job. However, you gotta protect these women so they feel safe. So you gotta discriminate against the men so that the women can do the jobs that they want. Right? I think the problem here is I don't necessarily have issue with this article or what has happened in the article. What I have an issue with is the problem that we have painted our society, we've painted ourselves in. We've painted ourselves in a corner where too far left is right. So no, we don't want to discriminate against women. So women gotta be Uber drivers. Women can do what men can do. So let them be Uber drivers. But we have to protect the women, especially late at night. We don't want men to be out there raping women and abusing women and doing all sorts of weirdness like that. Because let's be honest, men are bigger and stronger. As Officer Dominguez showed earlier, men ain't got in the hay, right? Or rather they do when they pull it out. Whenever.
They want to show it. Yeah.
Right? So you gotta protect the women. So how do you protect the women? So that they can do their job and facilitate their function in that job. You discriminate against the men. But that's discrimination. I think what we need to but here's the thing, Derek. Here's the thing. This goes back to men and women are not the same. Men and women play by different rules. Men and women, there has to be a level of discrimination or discernment when it comes to men and women, depending on the context and the situation, simply because we are not the same. Right? So for me, I may not necessarily have a problem with this line of thinking, but again, I understand why people may have a problem with it, because where does it stop? Where does it end? That's the problem. The problem is we live in a society now where we're trying to appease everybody except men. Them lowest on the totem pole. Women, transgender, everybody else. But you see, men, we don't care if they go. And the problem here is, though, is I understand it's a numbers game. I understand it's a very small percentage of women that deal with the Uber and stuff like that. So a man late at night want to get home and a woman driving past him. Another man can be there to pick him up on Uber. I understand that. It's overwhelming majority of men. However, precedent has been set. We have to be very, very careful of you either want women to be protected or you don't. Right? Men did those jobs late at night. Men are at risk. Men do those jobs. New York, various places. Shoot, here in Barbados, you likely get robbed, get a taxi at 2 o'clock in the morning. Same bad can happen to you. Right? We want to protect women, but we want women to go out there and do certain things, but we want to protect women. Which is it? There are some situations where you cannot protect women, or rather, in protecting women, that goes contra to the idea of the feminism in that context or in that
and
space.
equality.
Right.
I'll say this, right? I think this is a good thing. I know that you do not expect me to say so, huh? But I think this is a fantastic idea, right? My only challenge with it is that men cannot refuse female passengers, right? When I was a youngster, I started saying with singers like when I was 70 years old, and the closest person in age to me is Mark's dad, right?
So,
yeah, so I tell you how old the man there was, right? But one night we went somewhere and a lady, I was getting a ride home with my guy, we call him Gaddafi, right?
All right.
Yeah. So he offered to give me a ride home as well. And he dropped her home first. I was not yet 20, Neil. I was not yet 20. Start saying it. So I was 17, 18, right? And he said to me, a very big voice, he said, he dropped you home first, so that if anything happened, you are the witness to say that I ain't do nothing with she.
Box. I used to do the same thing too, back when I was driving.
As you can see, I never forgot that. I was 17 years old, right? So I think, yeah, Tango, it was good to see you. I see Lee here making reference to the same thing. Men are, because, yeah, women might be physically assaulted, but men could definitely be assaulted otherwise and falsely accused and stuff like that. And if you don't that, check Johnny Depp. He will tell you what's going on, right?
But
so I think this is a great thing.
But hold on, real quick before we end, right? My problem here is I don't have a problem with women choosing not to pick up certain men. But to say that men cannot is the problem.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, let me be honest, they got certain things you say this in a good situation with me, you know. You see 3 or 4 drunk women, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You could tell they're loud, obnoxious. Already you could see a bad situation. You should be able to politely refuse that. Say, you know what, there was an incident where an Uber driver put out a woman because she and her friends were disrespectful to the man's car because he didn't have an aux cable or didn't want to hand over the aux cable or something like that. Started disrespecting the man ride, started like kicking open and stuff like that. Shoot, I know of a very famous person that came here, right? And in a man's taxi, man got a very nice taxi, very, very nice, high-end, was dropping this woman and her entourage somewhere, and the woman was eating the man thing. The man said, excuse me, then they eating the hand. The man said, drive the taxi and Shimo. And the man stopped the taxi and put out this very famous woman and her friends. And at the end of the day, you should have that right. Yeah. You're that's your livelihood.
Wanted my mom to shut up and drive. He was about it. So anyhow, did you crack on, my brother?
That was amazing. That was incredible. That was fantastic. Anyhow.
Yeah, man. Let me get you next one there. Folks,
Right.
it is 9:31 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. You are watching the Senate podcast. Hit the like button. Share the content. We're just going through a whole set of stuff that we have in the backlog. We're just trying to clear it out and share this stuff with you guys. Get some quick, rapid fire responses. No monologue tonight, no big long discussions. We're just going through all of them quickly, right? So this is like an extended short. So, what you got there for me, Neil?
Can a man have sex?
Yeah. Can a man have sex with another female and still love his woman?
Oh,
Let me just leave that there, Neil. Let the folks weigh in. Folks, can a man have sex with another female and still love his woman? As a matter of fact, give me the next one too. Give me the next one time.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah, if a man begs his wife for sex several times and she refuses, does he have the right to go outside and have sex? And we just left them there. We ain't gonna say nothing. We can just left them there. You folks, give me the responses there.
Well, they're in and they give the responses. You know, when I saw the post that you posted, and I saw this, I thought this was the topic. The one, the thing where you know.
But I feel we need to. We can go into that.
I was hyped, dog. I saw it and I was like, yo, yeah, this is it, right? Yeah, I got my opinion on this. I know you have your opinion on it. I think that I don't know, man. I know there's a little delay. I know people well, Aston says yes and yes. So while we wait for people to weigh, we gotta fill the airtime with something. So
Yeah.
what I would say is let me start from the beginning. Ladies, I know this can be hard to hear. I can put it on screen. Can a man have sex with another female and still love his woman? This can be hard to process because you're not a man and we are not the same. So the same way you process sex and intimacy is not the same way that a man processes sex and intimacy. And so, whether it is right or wrong, a man can have sex with another woman and still love his woman.
Yeah.
There are so many stories of a married man, devoted man, take care of the children till they left home and gone about the business, take care of the wife, make sure she has everything, go to the functions, go to the church bazaar, does everything for his wife. The wife has no complaint. But he has a woman on the side, or he had right? Or he had an indiscretion, right? The point is, we are not here advocating for indiscretions. See, that's not what it is. The question is, can a man love a woman love his woman and still have sex with another woman? Yes, he can. Because men just want some sex. And going on to the next question, my brother, I can put that up too. Says, if a man begs his wife for sex several times and she refuses, does he have the right to go outside? You see, there's something that we like to glamorize, right? We like to glamorize weddings. We like to glamorize marriage. We like to glamorize this whole thing of, I want a man to storm the castle and best the evil king, right? But we don't look at the flip side of that. A man wants sex. That's one of the things a man wants. A man gets married. I know Derek,
sex.
Right? I know what Derek is saying, but one of the reasons a man gets married is to have consistent sex, right?
So misled.
Right.
So
But the point is, the thinking is, I go several weeks or months, depending on where it is. For me, getting milk is very lucky for me. If I get milk from, a cow, I am lucky to get this milk. So I can just revel in this milk. So what's the best way? So what's the best way for me to cut out the supplier that's sticking me out all the time for this milk? Get your own cow. Right? So when a man gets married, right? Cut out Massey and them, right? Cut out Jordans on them, right?
Just open your own farm.
Right? No, don't open a farm. That's a brothel. But if you got to, if you have to ask your wife several times, and we talked about this before, right? We ain't expecting to have sex like when we was teenagers or in our 20s or at the beginning. you're having sex 5 days a week, twice a day and stuff like that. No, we got responsibilities. We old. We got children. We got to get early morning to work. We got to work late at night, and we just want something quick. The point is, your man has gone 3 months without sex. Shoot, every time the man approaches you, you not only tell him man not tonight, but you got attitude with it. Like, don't effing touch me. Like, go from around me. Keep from around me. So not only is the man being told no, but he's being dismissed, disregarded his needs, wants, and desires. And so, by some of y'all's metric, the man gotta stop there and endure. Same women that is willing to leave marriages that are loveless or they're not fulfilled. Men is supposed to stop and take it. I am not saying he has the right to go and have sex with another woman, but if you decide to withhold sex from your husband for whatever reason for extended periods of time, and the man has feelings or desires that are not met, if the man go and cheat, you be shocked? Would you be shocked?
Yeah, there would be. There are a lot of people who figure that, as you say, Neil, man should just endure it. Take it. Again, and it's a physiological need. But again, so the reality is a woman should know man says unless of course it's medical, of course. Yeah, we get all the equivocations and all that there, right? I'll say this. If you come to the point, fellas, where you are in a marriage, let me say relationship, and a marriage too, and you find that you're going to be begging for sex, saying wrong. Something is wrong. And I would suggest you get out, like the movie says. Unfortunately for you, if you do get out, we know how that can work. I've talked about sexless marriages before. I did. 4 options. Bury your head in the sand, pretend it doesn't exist. Deal with it. Cheat on what we're going to get catch. Get divorced. There was a 4th. Open relationship.
Yeah, sure.
See if you can negotiate that. Right? Can a man have sex with another female and still love his woman? Yes. We've seen this several times over. But here's the tricky thing about it, right? A man's got a woman, your wife or whatever. And that's, as far as he's concerned, that is his woman, right? And I ain't even dealing with the case that she may not be putting on the sex, right? Because some men trifling, we know this, and he could be getting all the sex he want to get at home, but the man just wants something strange, and he go and do something, right? But let that woman decide, you know what, he had enough of the horning or whatever thing, I done with that. And that man ready to date, walking, but we were dribbling and thing, man, because that woman was the woman that was essentially propping he up. So fellas, if you know you got a woman that treating you good and moving good with you, and here's the thing, because we are talking about medical issues. If the woman got a medical issue, right, you ain't gotta eat some of that, you ain't gotta swallow some of that. Yeah, if she has a medical issue that is preventing you from having sex and she's good to you in all other areas, you can go swallow that.
You gotta take that.
Yeah, you can go swallow that, because that's just how it goes. Right? But otherwise, if there's anything wrong with she just says she holding out. Because you can't hold out, you're ending the bargain. You can't say, well, I'm paying the bills, here I'm buying the food, or that, so the light could turn off. It can't work, so get out. I try to keep that one brief, because I feel like that's something we need to talk about, for the...
I want you to read Tango Fox's comment here.
Yeah, Tango Fox. I can do a long one. A major part of marriage is a sexual union. For both parties, it is important. And speaking as a married Christian,
you got talking.
Sorry, man. A major part of marriage is the sexual union. For both parties, it is important. And speaking as a married Christian, it is spoken of as fraud if either party withholds sex without very important reasons. Yeah. Sex has made things turn, whether we want to admit it or not. Yeah. Sex has made things. It's kind of look past some things. If Chris Rock said it in Tambourine, watch Tambourine. Yeah. And that is lose blood, we just start having sex. Yeah. Yeah, the city jerkins get recalled for something or the other.
Oh no. That's the whole Aston
Sir,
stop.
sir with the Aston.
Aston stop plummeting.
So we got this one here. Why
Got-
cheat on someone you don't want to lose with someone you don't want to keep?
This is a very interesting question. Why cheat with somebody you don't want to lose with someone you don't want to cheat? And this goes back to what Derek is saying. You know, you got a good woman taking care of you, your woman doing she best. You know, and you just waffless and trifling, and you decide to go there and just you got opportunity, you decide to stick saying strange. I know all of a sudden you dribbling and crying all over yourself because your woman done with you and laughing you and all sorts of things. No, that's why we want men to have discipline. We want men to be more discerning. We want men to understand the situation that they're in. And going back to the last thing that we were talking about, if you are in a relationship where you are unhappy and your woman is not willing to have sex with you or anything like that, and you have tried all different recourses to rekindle that, to talk about it, seek therapy, do all sorts of things, get to the bottom of it, and she refuses to, brother man, you gotta consider leaving that situation. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in a situation where you don't want to feel, because it's mental anguish. You go there cheating with your wife.
Yep.
And you at home is mental anguish because you can't get that release. So
You can't be.
right back to this, why cheat with somebody? May have the discipline, be more discerning. If you are in a situation where there are a few situations why this would happen. If you're in a situation where you are not being fulfilled sexually, or just ain't getting a piece at home or whatever, whether it's PEACE or PIECE, consider leaving that woman if you have tried everything to get to the bottom of the situation. Do not cheat on a woman with a dud. You cheat on your good wife, your goodly wife, and you got a friend of mine, Miles, call him a banger bye, right? You got a banger bye, right? Got a banger bye, want a bye that just blowing from pillar to post and just knocking about your place and blowing in the wind and stuff like that. Like, have dick discipline. Don't be out here just sticking saying because you got that opportunity. Don't do that. Because when you got
And ladies, I will say this: don't just refer the sex and use it as a weapon.
don't weaponize
Don't weaponize the loving, because the man can't weaponize the bills and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So let me keep it jiggy. Let me keep everybody working together and moving happy, and everything should be good, right? Let me crack on there, Neil. What you got for me?
I got this one here. The guy on the left.
Yeah, the guy on the left has a bachelor's degree in law degree. He owes over $250,000 in student loans. He works for a law firm where he earns $160,000 annually. The guy on the right is a high school graduate. He has no college education. He works as an electric lineman. He owes zero in student loans, and he earns $160,000 annually. Teach your kids about skill trade and alternative options to make a good income and have lower debt. It's not always about having a degree. And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier in terms of the van man or the mechanic man
at the
bougie event, right? Because they're making the same money, but they really ain't making the same money, because unless dude on the left decide he ain't paying the bills, they don't have the same amount of money, right? So these are things you gotta look into. But you can flip this and let me look at it the other way, gentlemen. Look, you need to know about your ladies' debts, because if you get married, they got something called communal debt, and all of a sudden you are on the hook for her debt. So those are things that you also got to consider as well, right, fellas? Keep that in mind, ladies. Again, you get who you want, do what you want to do. Nobody telling you not to. Fellas, keep your eyes out.
I want you to do me a favor. Read Rihanna's comment there. So it's a very good comment. The last comment that was there.
I would like men to understand, though, that when men cheat, you change her. You change how she sees you. You change how she respects you. She literally changes. And I'm talking about a good woman.
Yes, I agree with that. That's facts. Yeah, men take discipline, because you change that whole dynamic when you are caught cheating on a good woman.
Which is why I say just done and left.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, right, if we talk about a good woman out there, if we talk about a good woman, there's a woman that is trying her best to juggle all the plates, right? She is trying to sex you and service you when she can. I'm not saying that. Like a week no pass and you in busting nut. Woman cooking and cleaning, yeah, she may be a bit she may, because of the stresses of work and everything that, she may snap at you here and there, but she's not contentious by and large. She's a good woman, right? We know what a good woman is. I think everybody knows what a good woman is, right? She is willing. She is open-minded. Don't be bad mind. But the point here is that when you cheat on that woman because you did not have dick discipline, you change that entire dynamic. She is not the same. She will not be the same. The relationship will not be the same. I'm not saying it won't work. I'm not saying it can't be repaired, but it will not be the same relationship.
Yeah.
Right. You want to squeeze off 2 more?
Yeah, man. Let me get in because we had that kind of time, right?
Yeah.
9:47 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. So let me go forward. Right. Give me Nikki there, so man.
Nikki there.
Nicki Minaj, she says, "Dear men, women don't dress for you, do makeup for you, do their hair for you. Just like most of y'all only effort for you and not the woman's pleasure. This all for us. This ain't about you. Now go. Thanks for coming."
Nikki, amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Yep.
Amen, Nikki.
Facts on facts.
Preach.
And I want men to understand that women don't dress for you. Women don't do makeup for you. Women don't do hair for you. Women don't do none of them things for you.
It's a church music way you think.
Rip.
Go ahead, my brother. Preach, brother. Preach.
Right? It is. She doesn't do these things for you. She does these things for her and the approval of her peers, which are other women. Right? Therefore, you have to know what you are about. Look past these things. Look past the makeup. Look past how she dressed. Look past the hair. Look past the augmentations or the additives that she got on her body. Look past these things because these things are not for you. And the same way they are not for you. Because let's be honest, right? You got a woman look good, woman dress good, woman do what good at everything like that, but she refusing to give you sex. This is your wife. She refusing to give you sex. What does that matter? What does that matter? Dick discipline, man. It is straight from a woman here. Granted, some women may say she don't speak for all of us, but I think this is a message that we could all get behind. Stop being led by your lower head, thinking about how a woman's appearance looks and thinking that it's for you. When a woman wears a dress to go out, I saw in a chat recently there was a woman that was on a cruise and the woman was wearing something. The woman looked very good and everything like that. But I never once look at that woman, and I guess it's how I was raised or whatever, but I never once look at that woman and say, yeah, boy, she gagging for it. You know what I mean? Like, she do that for her. She do that to make her feel comfortable. When a woman goes out and she pulling up and pulling down and shifting around and everything like that, she doing that for her and for other women. That ain't for you. That she may, there's a small percentage of that is for the approval of men and the compliments that men give, right? But that is a very small percentage, a very minute percentage. By and large, when a woman does it herself like that, she ain't doing it for you. Look at Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a perfect example. She has pink hair. She has, she dresses very provocatively, etc., 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 right? But then really for men, because if Nicki Minaj did not have all of that and she did dress like Billie Eilish, they got men that would literally tear the bar off of Billie Eilish. And Billie Eilish is wearing baggy clothes.
For you.
Right? So, men don't care nothing about hair, makeup, dress, augmentations, nothing like that. Sure, it may be nice to look at, but we don't care. And it's not for us. So, men, stop getting caught up on those things. You want your woman to look good, yes, but that should be so low down on your totem pole that shouldn't even be top 5. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I see my girl Yannicka in here. Yannicka Husbands, shout out to you. She also changed how she feels about men in general. Then a good man comes along and he pays for his sins. Fast. What I'll say to that is that, hey, get some therapy because guess what? Women do not own the exclusive rights to hurt. Men get hurt too. We just got to suck it up, truck on, and deal with it. And that's odd because they say women handle emotions better. But then be hurt forever. Men is going to suck it up and deal with it. Anyhow, moving along. Back to this Nicki Minaj thing. I like this message, right? And I'll tell you what I like about it. She says this is all for us. It's not about you, right? Shoot, she says we even only F for our pleasure, right? So not the woman's pleasure. But we know that part ain't really true, but well, for most men. What I'll say to this, men, you need to say this kind of advice. You need to follow this kind of advice. This is sound advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Do for you. Right? I was watching a piece of content like 2 minutes before we came on, and the woman said, you know, it's supposed to trickle down from man to woman to child, right? But at the top, it's supposed to be whichever supreme being you believe in, whether it's God, Allah, etc., right? So God leads you, you lead the woman leads the child. That's supposed to be how it's supposed to work, right? So I'm saying here, fellas, develop yourself for you. Do the best for you. Improve yourself for you. That way you can then trickle down to those in your care, right? So yes, I agree with this. Do what you want to do for you. Fellas, do what you want to do for you. And if you don't rock with this, because to be fair, I don't know many men that like makeup. I don't know many men that like, as you say, pink hair and that kind of thing. So clearly you're doing it for yourself. That is fine. When you get the outcomes you get, be happy with them. What else you got there for me, Neil?
Well, this next one here, Charlie's woman refused to give 6 of her paid vacation days to go. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, we made this the last one for the night, right? Because we come back and do the rest on Thursday. Childless woman refuses to give 6 of her paid vacation days to co-worker with 3 kids, and workplace drama ensues, right? As you can see, the date on this is from December last year. I had this one put down for a little bit. So it's safe to say that we all need a break once in a while, whether it's getting the opportunity to take a day off from work or go on a much needed vacation. Having some downtime and time to relax is extremely important. This can help us de-stress and get ready to tackle the days ahead. Fortunately for many people, their job offers benefits that include paid time off, meaning they have the opportunity to have a nice staycation at home or take themselves on the vacation of their dreams at some point during the year. For one woman, she received an ample amount of vacation time from her job, and the days accumulated if they weren't used. The woman managed to save up enough days to take an exciting 2-month trip across Europe. However, her co-worker had run through most of her own vacation days and asked if she could take 6 vacation days from the woman. Her reasoning was that the woman was childless, so she shouldn't need that many days off.
God damn.
Let me get my man, Jordan. Yeah. On top of that, she wanted to have a nice vacation with her kids since they had had a pretty tough year. The woman refused as she wanted to save as many days as possible for her trip. Unfortunately, office drama ensued shortly after. The co-worker was extremely upset and accused the woman of crushing her children's dreams. Feeling like she may have gone about the situation poorly, the woman went to Reddit in February 2021 to ask users for their advice on what she should do. I didn't get any comments from it because I wanted us to discuss this one.
Yeah, entitlement. Be careful. Be wary. Nobody owes you nothing, especially a co-worker. Shoot. Right? Like, you children had a pretty rough year.
Wait, pause. They don't see my man in chat. My man Mark. Show up Mark, man.
Jeez. Right? Shut up, Mark. But your children had a pretty rough year. Sorry to hear that. You plan this big elaborate vacation. No problem with that. You go to ask your co-worker for her vacation days. Not necessarily, I wouldn't do it, but no problem with that. I didn't even know that was a thing you could. But that's fine. Right?
I'm saying,
right? But you got the temerity. Well, I actually just saw. I go Fox the unmitigated temerity.
Yeah.
You got the gumption to tell this woman you childless be. We want all these days to do. No, sweet girl, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Shoot, even if I was on the face, you ain't getting nothing from me. Nothing. Right, Keisha did. Right? Because that person doesn't owe you anything because you got children that had a tough year and you had this plan. No.
Your children are important to you,
To you.
not to nobody else.
And you can talk about a child is a thing where you do that days. Sweetheart, you can't nearly be serious.
Well. I love it. I truly love it. But say you got the children. We want that time for you know what I mean? And then say that she is responsible for her children for what she said? Crushing her children's dreams? Yeah. Nah, that ain't that for me. You should have managed your vacation days. How about that? Manage your vacation days better. And maybe you would have some to spend with your children. But don't ask somebody else no to take out the vacation. Oh my gosh, your trip plan. So because you want to do what you want to do, her trip doesn't matter. What she want to do doesn't matter. Suppose she had a niece or something that she was taking on a trip with her.
Brother man, it doesn't matter. Give me right. It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If she was going to sit down on her behind for 3 weeks as a form of self-care, that is her prerogative and her right. If she says, you know what, I got these days, I take it every last one to sit down on my ass and read books or tend to my garden or travel to Nepal, right? Climb Mount Everest. I don't care what the woman want to do. The point is vacation time is for you to de-stress from your job. It don't matter if she's childless. It don't matter if she got a niece. It don't matter. She could sit down home and be looking at the wall. That's all right.
Yep.
That
It's
is all
her
right.
time.
That is her
That
time.
she worked
That
for.
she worked for. That is owed to her.
Because the reality is she had to not take the vacation for it to accumulate to that point. So it means that I had times that she was working without vacation in order to get them days. You know what I mean? But no, you come along, hey, it want some of you days. So you want your own days and mine too. You're on fair. Anyhow, folks, it is 9:58 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. This has been an interesting night in terms of reviewing this stuff. And yeah, it's always good to be here with you guys. As always, Neil and I don't make up the rules. We just make sure you know what they are. Yeah, you can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, right? Oh, one more time, this is the Senate podcast, so hit the like button before you bounce out. And yeah, be the best version of you for you. We can see you all again very soon. We'll check out for a short tomorrow. And yeah, we still very much in COVID, so remember. So be careful out there in these streets, guys.
All right.
We're gonna see you all again soon.